The first car we got to film with was a 2018 Tesla Model 3 long range. It carries on board a 75 kilowatt hour battery. It can do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, and the base price for this car is $35,000. Weighing in at 4,000 pounds, this car is very light considering all the batteries on board. This was the fourth car produced by Tesla and is in today's standards the definition of an electric car. This is one of the first production cars able to fully drive itself, and we'd like to thank Dr. Sheehan out of St. Rita's for letting us borrow the car for filming.
The 2009 BMW 750i is BMW's luxury sedan. The 750i features a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that produces 400 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. These numbers take the car from 0 to 60 in just 5.2 seconds. The weight of the 750i is the car's biggest downfall. It weighs a whopping 4,600 pounds, considerably more than the Tesla. The 7 Series is BMW's trend-setting model. It contains features and electronics that are ahead of its time, including variable suspension damping, night vision with pedestrian detection, side view cameras, and rear wheel steering, where the rear wheels turn 3 degrees in the opposite direction under 37 miles per hour and turn 3 degrees in the same direction above 37 miles per hour. These advancements, though, aren't cheap, with an original MSRP of $80,000. We would like to thank Mr. Smallcombe for letting us film with his Beamer.
The Tesla is powered by an electric motor, and this works by putting electricity into one end of the motor and an axle rotating at the other end, giving you the power to drive. When electric current starts to creep along the wire, it creates a magnetic field turning the shaft on the inside, which is connected to the wheel. This design is very easy to understand. In addition, this form of propulsion has basically no maintenance, as the only fluid you need to change in the car regularly is the windshield wiper fluid.
The BMW is powered by a combustion engine. A combustion engine produces more CO2 due to the use of petroleum. Basically, all a combustion engine is a bunch of little controlled explosions. It mixes air and oxygen that are compressed, and the spark plug ignites it to push the piston, which gives the crankshaft rotational power that turns the axles. The components of the engine, however, are complex and need to be maintained annually, and fluids need to be checked and added regularly.
As we saw before, the Tesla has a 300-mile range, and if you look at the current cost of electricity, you can go that 300 miles for less than $10, and that's producing no emissions. That's some crazy efficiency. However, we have to look at where we get our electricity here in Ohio. Almost 90% of our electricity comes from non-renewable fuel sources such as coal and natural gas. Doing that produces CO2. According to the Blue Sky model, for every kilowatt hour of electricity made, they're producing 1 pound of CO2. So charging the Tesla Model 3 with a 75 kilowatt hour battery is producing 75 pounds of CO2. And that's getting you 300 miles. That's crazy efficient and way better for the environment than your petrol counterparts.
According to the EPA, 404 grams of CO2 are emitted by a car powered by petroleum for every mile. Putting that into perspective with the electric car, 300 miles times 404 grams equals 121.2 kilograms of CO2 per mile, which is equal to 267 pounds. That is almost 4 times the CO2 produced by making the electricity to power an electric car. That doesn't even include the amount of CO2 produced to refine gasoline. The cost to run combustion engine vehicles is significantly higher as well, with the average price of gas being $2.50 per gallon and the average fuel efficiency of 25 miles per gallon, and takes 12 gallons to go 300 miles, it will cost roughly $30.
In conclusion, looking at the CO2 production and the overall cost of running the vehicles, electric cars are way more efficient and easier on your wallet in the long run.
We would like to give another thanks to Dr. Sheehan for the Tesla and Mr. Smallcombe for the BMW. An award from Aaron Antrim.
In the timeless words of Ricky Bobby, I just want to go fast. Shake and bake, baby.